Welcome to the RAOB program's Sounding Scanner Display. We'll start by loading a data file containing 85 soundings. It's a BUFKIT sounding file of the Dallas area, which was having thunderstorms and hail. And to better see this, we'll change the screen display to severe weather view. And here we can see the hail potential and the thunderstorm potential. And now we can loop the soundings with these controller buttons. But it's hard to make comparisons of all 85 profiles in this manner. For better comparison viewing, we'll switch to the sounding scanner display. There are two ways to get there. First, you can select the Displays menu and then choose the Sounding Scanner option. Or just go back to the sounding diagram and click on this convenient scanner icon. Upon clicking on the scanner icon, it first loads the soundings and then plots each profile. First, we can see that all temperature profiles are plotted in red and the dew points are plotted in green, and where the currently displayed sounding is plotted in thicker lines. The line color can be changed by right-clicking on the diagram, selecting the Sounding Data tab, and then change colors as desired. But we'll just leave options as they are for now and close this panel. And notice we again have the sounding loop controller in the upper left corner. So let's set the soundings in motion. First, we can see the 85 soundings being sequenced, where the current sounding is depicted in thick lines, and the timeline of each sounding is displayed just below the diagram. And now we'll expand the viewing area, where we can also see the winds being continuously updated, using variable wind shaft lengths to depict wind speed. And finally, we'll shift the viewing area to look at the primary purpose of this display, which is to see the actual data associated with these soundings. And here we can see the data parameter listing, which is also being continuously updated as the soundings are looped. First, we'll note that you can list up to 30 parameters on this display, and we'll later see how they can be configured. And in the next column are the actual parameter values as measured or calculated by RAOB. And in the remaining section are the relative positions of all 85 soundings for each parameter, where each relative position is plotted in a gray color, while the actual sounding highlighted in the loop is represented in its appropriate color of significance. So now let's stop the looping and look at those colors of significance, which are categorized according to weak, moderate, and strong. And remember that we have already seen these on the initial sounding diagram display. And we can easily return to the sounding display mode by just clicking on the sounding icon image like this. And here again we can see the storm category graph in the lower left corner. And it uses the same colors of significance to draw these color bars. Okay, let's get back to the sounding scanner view again by using the scanner icon image. And now for the best part of the scanner display screen is its configuration options. Remember how we can call up the diagram options with a right click? Well, just move the mouse over the scanner data box and then right click, and you'll display the severe weather parameter configuration table. Of course, you can always go to the options menu and then select the severe weather table, but it's much more convenient just to right click over the scanner box. So remember at the beginning of this video we said that you can have up to 30 scanner data items? Well, here is where you select the ones you want displayed on the scanner screen. Just check off the parameters you want displayed. You can select parameters from both of these tabs, but only up to a total of 30 items can be selected. Now, if your RAOB program has the optional analytic module, then you can also further configure your data in two ways. First, you can modify the default threshold values for the moderate category for each of these parameters, thereby customizing the relative weak, moderate, severe categories for each parameter. And second, you can alter the colors of significance with these options, where you can change the three colors that define the weak, moderate, and strong categories. Okay, so far we've only been looking at sounding data containing time series profiles. Please note that RAOB can scan any file that contains multiple soundings, and not just for time series files, but also for distance-based soundings. For example, let's load a file containing 62 soundings from across the United States for a single time period, called a synoptic dataset. We'll click the scanner icon, and there we have its scanner display. And notice the red and green profile lines are much more mixed because they represent profiles over a large geographic region instead of a single station like the previous example. And when you set the scanner in motion, you can quickly see the greater differences as they jump back and forth among the different geographic locations. And now a final note about the scanner control methods. Let's stop the scanner and look at the bottom of the screen. This scanner display bar not only depicts the relative position of the scanned sounding with respect to all others, but it is also interactive. You can click and drag the sounding indicator bar and manually adjust the scanner display to any soundings you want to see. You can also use the keyboard's left and right arrow keys for similar scanner adjustments. Before closing this video, there's just one more item to mention, and it's that the scanner display is always synchronized with the sounding diagrams. For example, here we can see the current scan profile. And when you click on the sounding return icon, that very same sounding is displayed for analysis purposes. And when you select a different sounding for display, and then return back to the scanner screen with the scanner icon, that very same sounding is then shown as the highlighted profile among all other soundings. And that completes the sounding scanner display demonstration. Thank you for watching.